long story short, I did have cancer. At that time, I was also told you shouldn't have kids. Now remember, this is almost 20 years ago. Good thing I wrote my speech. The advancements in cancer treatment were slightly different back then than they are now. There was not any assistance if you have advocates and caregivers, or were there places to go to talk to anyone about what we should do. I'm also a bargainer. I can tell you it wasn't for the best deals on sales. It was asking God to get me through this. I told him I would be in the back pew of church for the rest of my life. I'm here not only for my promise to God, because I want to be. Excuse me, sorry. I'm a believer. I know God is always with me. If not, I don't know what I would do if I didn't have the hope or saw the light at the end of this experience, if he wasn't here. I'm a wife of 15 years to a great man. Yes, he survived living with me. It's long. To answer the question, thank God I didn't listen to the first doctor. I have two great, wonderful kids. I'm a mother and an advocate. I try my best with what God has given me to give other people hope in similar situations with dealing with cancer. Caregivers, it was great that God allowed me to get back to my parents who both had cancer. Sorry. I didn't want to be this word. It made me realize I did a good job to make your life different. So thank you. Next slide. Oh, please. Sorry. Who would I like to hope? God and Jesus. How do they provide hope for us? When I was online, I found the Millionaires Ministry website that describes 10 ways that hope helps us best. And these were, hope moves us forward. Christians' hope is realistic, expectations of joyful longing for future good and glory based upon the reliable word of God. Hope deletes regret and underlands expectation. It diminishes drag and increases momentum. Hope energizes the present. It's worth living. 3, hope enlightens our darkness. Hope does not deny nor remove the reality of dark and painful events. However, it does shine a bright light into the valleys and points to the sunrise at the end of them. 4, hope increases faith. Faith fuels hope, but hope also fuels faith. Without faith, we cannot soar in hope. 5, hope is infectious. We can inspire and motivate through our inspiring hope. Hope is healing. 7, hope is practical. Hope motivates action when we hope for God's blessing on his word. We listen to it much more vividly when we go through this. Hope produces action. Hope purifies. 9, hope stabilizes in the storm. When Christians were being persecuted by the Romans, hope was their anchor during the dark and stormy nights. That was in Hebrews 6:19 and 10:34. Hope defends. Paul also depicts hope as a defensive helmet that must not be taken off and laid aside until the battle is over. That was from Ephesians 6-17. My advocate, the most important person helping me wade through the cancer doctor issue. This person acted like my guide as well as being versed in what things we need to ask and do. However, this person also acted like my mom, bossy, mean, nice, smart, well-respected, but doesn't do things fixing things well. She helped provide me hope by showing there was light at the end of the tunnel. A valuable lesson I learned in my life is that 1, the person you want to choke to death most in your life may be the one that helps save you. My family, thanks for being there, and I hope that I can be there whenever you need me. For my husband and kids, you're the greatest. You helped me bring happiness into my life, sir. For my doctors, for getting through this. For my friends, for being there, even though I might not always see you. I hope you know I will be there. Other cancer survivors, light the way for others, so they too will have hope. Slide, Paula. One lesson I learned that during all oncology exam rooms is you see this poem, What Cancer Cannot Do. There's different versions, but I like this. Cancer is very limited. It can't cripple your love. It cannot shatter hope. It cannot corrode faith. It cannot eat away peace. It cannot demonstrate confidence. It cannot kill friendship. It cannot shut out memories, nor silence courage, reduce eternal life, or quench the spirit. Next slide, Paul, if I can, please. Thank you. This is what I found to be a good friend's advice for people going through cancer or who have been through it. Talk to God. Keep Him as your hope and light. Remember, God is there to give us hope. Grab hold of hope and get ready to fight, because it will be a fight. Talk to people who are helpful, because they've been there. They can give you insight that you would never think. Let others know what you need. People want to help. It's okay to ask for help, even though it's very hard. You don't want to do that. Take a loved one, a helper, an advocate with you. They can hear what you hear, because all you hear is the C-A-N-C-E-R word, cancer. Nothing else is heard. The advocate is your best person to go with you. And the Bible is great comfort. Sit still, read for comfort, and find hope in it. And finally, Paul, if you can go to the next one. A couple of my favorite quotes are, once you choose hope, anything is possible. And finally, whatever you do, hold on to hope. The tiniest thread will twist into an unbreakable cord. Let hope anchor you in the possibility. This is not the end of our story, and will change and bring you to a peaceful shore. And thank you very much.